Why do comparative negligence laws differ across us states? Imagine two drivers run a red light at the same time. One hits a pedestrian and the other hits a parked car. Who is responsible? The answer depends on where you are. Different states have different rules about how fault is shared in personal injury cases. These rules are called comparative negligence laws. They decide how much each person contributed to the accident and how damages are split. At the core, negligence law says that someone is responsible if they fail to exercise reasonable care, causing harm. When more than one person is at fault, courts use these laws to figure out who pays and how much. There are three main types of negligence rules used across states. First is pure comparative negligence. In this system, even if you are mostly at fault, you can still recover some damages. For example, if you are 90% responsible, you can still get 10% of the damages. Next is modified comparative negligence. Here, you can only recover damages if your fault is below a certain point, usually 50 or 51%. If you are more at fault than that, you cannot recover anything. This system tries to balance fairness and discourages people who are mostly responsible from claiming damages. The third type is contributory negligence. This is the strictest rule. If you are even 1% at fault, you cannot recover any damages at all. Only a few states follow this rule today because it is very harsh. Why do states have different laws? One reason is history. Some states kept older laws based on past court decisions. Others changed their laws over time to reflect new ideas about fairness. Policy choices also matter. States weigh whether they want to protect injured people or limit liability for defendants. Some prefer more generous rules to help injured parties, while others want to reduce lawsuits. Courts interpret laws differently too. Their decisions can shape how laws are applied and whether they change. Finally, legislatures decide what the law should be. They pass laws based on local values, economic concerns, and public opinion. These differences affect how liability is assigned in personal injury cases. For example, in a state with a 50% threshold, if you are 51% responsible, you cannot recover damages. But in a pure comparative state, you could still get some money proportionate to your fault. Knowing the specific law in each state is important for lawyers and injured people. It influences how cases are built, settled, or fought in court. These variations show how each state balances fairness and responsibility in personal injury law.